600 American casualties have shaken Washington, forcing Trump to consider a Hormuz deal with Iran to prevent even heavier losses. Facing mounting pressure, Trump delays again as reports suggest Hormuz is now part of desperate back-channel talks with Iran. A reported secret proposal to Iran has sparked questions over whether Trump is scrambling to contain a rapidly worsening crisis. Sources claim the proposal seeks to reopen Hormuz and halt attacks, marking what critics call Trump's biggest concession yet. With 600 U.S. casualties reported, pressure is mounting on Trump as a new Iran offer fuels claims of a major strategic retreat. A new Trump proposal linked reopening the Strait of Hormuz to renewed U.S.-Iran negotiations, according to the Associated Press. The proposal also called for a halt to military attacks across the region as part of a broader diplomatic initiative, AP reported. According to the Associated Press, the plan envisaged reopening the Strait of Hormuz as part of a wider package aimed at reducing tensions. A regional official involved in the mediation efforts said the proposal had been presented to both Washington and Tehran. The official told the Associated Press that no final agreement had yet been reached between the United States and Iran. The official added that mediation efforts were continuing as diplomats worked to narrow the remaining differences between the two sides. The Strait of Hormuz remains one of the world's most critical oil choke points amid continuing tensions in the Gulf region. Notably, President Trump has delayed or cancelled planned military strikes against Iran at least 10 times since February 28. March 21. 48-hour ultimatum. Trump threatened strikes on Iran's electrical infrastructure and issued a 48-hour deadline. March 23, 5-day delay. He postponed the planned strikes, citing progress toward a possible diplomatic resolution. March 26, 11-day extension. The deadline for attacks on Iranian electrical facilities was extended by another 11 days. April 5 to 8. Mediation pause. Strike deadlines were repeatedly extended and suspended during talks that led to a temporary ceasefire. May 19, 1 hour away. Trump said he was an hour away from ordering a major strike before deciding to postpone it. June 11, tonight strike cancelled. He threatened a major attack tonight, but called it off just hours later as negotiations resumed. Late June, early July. Posture adjustments. Military plans were repeatedly revised following the collapse of the June 17 Interim Memorandum of Understanding. August 2, 2-week suspension. Trump paused a new round of planned infrastructure strikes with less than 2 hours remaining before his self-imposed deadline. Condition for the pause. Reopening the Strait of Hormuz remained the key condition, with military action still possible if negotiations failed. Iranian hardline lawmaker Mahmoud Nabhavian has claimed to reveal what he described as the true U.S. military death toll from the war with Iran. Nabhavian claimed in a post on X that the actual U.S. war death toll had reached approximately 600 personnel. Addressing the American public, Nabhavian accused Washington of concealing the true scale of U.S. military casualties. He alleged that the U.S. government was not telling its citizens the full truth about the conflict with Iran. Earlier, the New York Times reported that the Pentagon reduced its official Iran war death toll from 18 to 14. According to the report, several service members were removed from the casualty list because they died after President Trump declared the April ceasefire. Iran's IRGC is reportedly weighing preemptive military strikes if negotiations with the United States collapse, according to the Wall Street Journal. The Wall Street Journal cited an Iranian diplomat but did not specify which potential targets could be considered for any such strikes. The report said it remained unclear whether any Iranian response would be directed against U.S. assets, Israel, or both. Meanwhile, regional mediators have continued diplomatic efforts to secure a new ceasefire agreement between Washington and Tehran. The Wall Street Journal reported that Qatari mediators presented Iran with a fresh proposal to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. According to the report, Iranian diplomats responded positively to the proposal, raising hopes that a broader compromise could be reached. The proposed arrangement would introduce new shipping traffic patterns designed to facilitate maritime transit through the Strait of Hormuz. The Wall Street Journal said Iran continued to insist on retaining control over at least part of both designated shipping lanes.
I was asked to by Saudi Arabia, by UAE, by Qatar, and by Iran. We were all set to go. Just about at this time right now, and it would have been a massive attack. We're all set to go, but when the allies ask to to call it off. You got to sort of say, well, let's see. And the reason they asked is I think there's a deal. There's a deal on Hormuz, and then there will be a deal on the nuclear, or you might call it the denuclearization of Iran. I call it the denuclearization of Iran. So we're holding it. We'll just say we can do it anytime we want. But we were asked by the three primary groups. We were also asked by Iran, very strongly, actually. They said, we'd like to make a deal. Now, I don't know what they say, because a lot of times they'll say that to me, and then they'll go out and say, we don't know what he's talking about. Obviously, they don't want to be attacked. And they knew the extent of the attack because they saw it forming. Well, now what we're doing is we're talking to them in the form of a negotiation. It begins tomorrow afternoon, and we'll see if it's true. I'd love to do that, save a lot of lives, save a lot of unnecessary power, to be honest with you. It would take many, many years to ever build it back. If it could, I don't think it would be even buildable back. So we had an attack that would be the biggest attack since World War II, and it would have been disastrous for them, and they didn't want us to do it. And frankly, Saudi Arabia didn't want it either. They thought that a deal is imminent. And the deal is imminent, having to do with the Hormuz Strait, and also ultimately the denuclearization of it. So when I hear that, I say, well, do we want to go and be this? Now, there's a group of people that would like me to just do it. And there's another group of people that does not want me to do it. No, we'll just see how it is. We're ready to go anytime we want. Would I rather make a deal? I'm not looking to kill people, because people die. A lot of people die, and we don't want that. So they asked us, Iran specifically, but the other three said I asked Saudi Arabia, the king. I said, the crown prince. I said, what would you rather do? Would you rather have us do this or not? And they said, we would much prefer a deal as opposed to an attack, because you don't know where these attacks lead. I mean, will they be flooded with people pouring into their country and disaster? A lot of bad things can happen. Yes.
With Oman, as a coastal government, we are obligated to ensure safe shipping of ships through the Strait of Hormuz and to cooperate with each other. We need to reach a clear mechanism. The goal of these talks, as I said, from the days of the agreement on a ceasefire and then the agreement to end the war, meaning it began on June 18th, was that we agree on a route that both sides agree on, that it serves our interests. Because, look, the Hormuz Strait will in no way return to the status it was before February 28th. We had very tough experiences in these past few months. So we must ensure that the Strait of Hormuz does not become an area of exploitation by the parties attacking us. What's necessary is that we adopt a mechanism so that Iran's sovereignty rights are fully respected. Our talks with Oman are bilateral talks. They don't concern anyone else. Over the past 24 hours, we received numerous calls from Britain, Bulgaria, and Ukraine. Since you saw there were incidents in news stating they had provided their bases to America, and we had warned them, saying that they would not be part of the war against Iran.